welcome back to another YouTube video. So today we'll be talking about the P30 2019. So this is a 2019 P30, as you can see from here. I bought this phone for a year already. I got it in 2020 when it was on promotion that time. So today the review will be 1 year experience of me using my P30. I'll be talking about the specs, how's the battery life, how's the camera, the front and the back, how is gaming with the phone, how is the charging capabilities, and many more. So you guys should stay tuned. Alright, before we start with the specs of this P30, I would like to give you a short montage as always. So let's get to the montage of this phone. Let's go. Hi guys, welcome back from the montage there. So now we'll be talking about the specs of this phone, alright? So for the specs of this phone, this display is a 6.1 inch display. Okay, this is a 6.1 inch display which is capable for 2K video resolution, alright? So about the memory of this phone uses 128 GB of ROM and 8 GB RAM. So I feel that 128 is sufficient for storage, and for 8 GB is more than sufficient for your performance. And then how about the main camera, you guys are asking? So the main camera is here. We have 3 cameras for the P30 and 4 cameras for the P30 Pro. But for the P30 we have a 40 megapixel main camera. We have a 16 megapixel ultra wide camera, and we also have a 8 megapixel super macro mode camera, and then we have 2 sensors at the bottom with dual tone flashlights. Okay, and for the camera brand is Leica, and Leica brand is actually made in Germany. Alright, so about the selfie camera, it's a 32 megapixel camera capable of HD quality video, which is 1080p, but for the front camera is capable for up to 4K capabilities. So it's a very impressive for a 2019 model made phone. Okay, and then for sound we have a speaker at the bottom here, and then we have a headphone jack, and then we have 2 microphones, one at the top and one at the bottom of the phone. Okay, and then for Wi-Fi, this phone uses the 5G Wi-Fi, and then for its Bluetooth is the Bluetooth 5.0. okay, and then it has a fingerprint display, as you can see from here. So I just put my fingerprint there and my phone has started up already, so as you guys can see from here. And then for battery, you'll be asking, battery, it has a 3650 milliamps battery, and its charging capability, from what I know, is 33 watts, which is able to charge the phone from 0 to 100 in 1 hour and 15 minutes, which is not so impressive, but from 0 to 60 it only takes 30 minutes, which is very impressive. But normally for a full charge is about an hour, and it depends sometimes on your temperature of the room and all that. But for the test of this, the sound and all that is actually pretty sufficient, even though it has one speaker at the bottom. Is loud enough, but it's not the best in the market, but it's actually more than sufficient for y'all. And we have a speaker up here just for your hearing there. So that's all for this phone. The sides and all that are finished in chrome, which is very nice, as you guys can see. So yeah, here's the look of the phone, as you guys can see from the montage earlier. And my main feature why I love this phone is because of the color. Look at the color. So it's like bluish at the top, and then it's a bit of purple kind of tint at the bottom. So that adds a premium feel to the phone. So yeah, let's move on to the next. So now let's talk about the pros of the P30. So for me, the pros of this phone is for the price you're getting, right? I was able to get a good phone, which mainly I was looking at a new brand because I wanted to try something new. I wanted to have big storage, which is 128, and a good sufficient performance, and also a very good camera. So talking about performance wise, this phone, I've played PUBG with it. It's actually really good. It runs the phone runs smooth when I play games on it. The charging capability, yes, it's fast, but it should be better. But for the camera itself, I really like the camera. The photos that this camera is capable of is really good, and also for videos is also good. And I forgot to mention that the camera is able to zoom in 30 times, so we can see very far and it's still very clear. So as Huawei has claimed that it can see the moon as well, and yes, I have taken photos of the moon using only this camera, so that's pretty impressive. And from my previous reviews that I've done on my previous reviews and previous videos, you guys can see the quality of the camera, and that is based on this top camera here. So those videos were made possible because of this small camera up here. So yes, the camera is sufficient. I really like the camera quality, but they also have a few problems which I will talk in the cons after this. So let's get to it. Okay, so now let's talk about the cons of the P30. So the cons of this P30 is the battery is fast charging, but I just think that the battery is a bit too small for its price. So I paid 1,500 for this, but on original price it's going for 2,000 ringgit because this is the P30 model. So the charging is fast, but not to the best as nowadays. But the battery is a bit too small for my liking. It's only 3,650. Other than that, the camera can get really hot when you are using it to record videos or when you're having a video call and all that, because the camera, I think, maybe uses a lot of the battery, so it really gets hot sometimes. That is one complaint I have with the phone. Other than that is when I want to use the function Google, so like Google's assistant, because I'm not sure why. I think because the microphone is placed very closely to the speaker, so sometimes when I want to alert the Google assistant, I have to literally shout near the phone, or not even not be able to hear me. Even though you have two microphones, I'm not sure why. Sometimes for Google Assistant you have an issue, but when I call with my friends or anyone, they said my mic is clear and it's very loud. So my phone could be this far, but it feels like I'm talking very near to them. So the mic for this phone is actually very good. Only for Google Assistants I have an issue with it. In terms of performance, this phone has never lagged on me. I don't think it has ever crashed. If crashed also, it was just a few times only. But being honest, this phone is really good. It has facial recognition, but the only thing I don't like about it is the facial recognition cannot work in almost pitch black areas. So some phones are able to work, so I think maybe Apple normally is better for their facial recognition. But for now, even though it's here, I can test it out. Yeah, see, as you guys can see, it's just unlocked with my facial recognition. If you're talking about the in-display fingerprint, it's actually very fast as well. There we go. So that's about it about this phone. I hope those are the cons that Huawei can make it better for their upcoming phone. Alright, so you guys must be thinking, why did I go for Huawei? Because as I told you, I want to find something new. I want to try out a new brand. So Huawei was in a good pricing that time, so that's why I went for this phone. And being honest, I do not regret buying this phone at all. Really, I really don't, because this phone, it never failed me for about a year already. It has never failed me. I run the diagnostic test and all that. The performance and all that is really up to my standards for the price I paid. So I'm actually really happy I got this phone. No regrets at all. And I'm very happy that Huawei is continuously making the phone better and better. Because previously their older Android version was a bit boring, but as they updated it like a few months ago, it became much better already. So if you guys are still looking for a Huawei phone, the only Huawei phone that I really recommend you guys is this P30. Because this P30 mainly still has its Google Play Store in it, which plays a big role in buying this phone, because now the new Huawei has all the Google bands, which does not allow Google services in it. And for me mainly, I really like the Google Assistant because it helps me a lot in many ways. So that is why when I got this phone, I wanted the Google Assistant and Google services to still be in it. So if you guys are looking for Huawei, definitely recommend this model, the P30. Or if you guys have more cash lying around, then you should get the P30 Pro. The P30 Pro has 4 cameras. It's a quad camera. It has a wireless charging back here, and then the screen is bigger, and the battery is 4200 milliamps per hour. So that's the only difference with the P30 Pro. And the looks also is a slightly different with an extra camera here at the side. So if you guys are really thinking about getting a P30, I definitely recommend you 100%, because if you want to go for the new Huawei products out there, it'll be a bit difficult because you have to get used to their new functions, and as well as Google services are not there. So for certain things that you guys need to do with Google services, it will be a bit difficult, but I think that Huawei will invent a way to get it settled for all of you very soon. And also, I'm really thankful to Huawei because they also gave me a Huawei gift. So it came with 3 gifts after I did their survey and all that. So their customer service as well is really good. But the only issues I have with them is now, if this phone spoils, I don't think I'll be going back to Huawei because they still do not have the Google services. But I trust Huawei that in a few years time, they will make their own version of the Google Play Store or like Apple App Store. So like which they already have is the Huawei Gallery, but now it's just for them to invent the apps and put it inside the Huawei Gallery so it can be installed. So in the Huawei Gallery now is very limited in terms of apps. They only have the major and important one. So for the not so important apps will be coming soon, and I really hope Huawei will try their ultimate best to make it as fast as possible, because I feel their phones are really good. One thing, the camera is amazing. Secondly, and for the price you get, it's also quite good. Like I can own a premium flagship phone at just 2,000 for original price, and for a discounted price 1,500 ringgit. So yeah, if you guys are out there for a Huawei right now, definitely recommend the P30 model. But if you cannot get a P30 model, I would not suggest you to get a P40. You should instead try the Realme one. So you guys can look at the link below. I've reviewed a Realme X7 Pro 5G, so you can check that out, and as well that phone is really good for you guys. But anyways, I will catch you all in the next video. Thank you for watching this P30 one year experience review. I hope you guys enjoy it, and I'll see you in the next video. Please don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and do comment for more ideas. Thank you guys. Goodbye.